For episode 8 of season 4, we will be featuring stories from the pages of the Nichi Bei News. Tonight, we highlight where you can try some of the best and most unique food in our community. For our pastry selection, we visit a Japanese restaurant in our very own San Francisco's Japantown, offering some unique takes on Japanese-inspired pasta and pizza dishes. For our salad selection, we drop by a newly opened coffee shop in San Francisco's Japantown, which serves a quality matcha latte. For our first chef special, we take you on a food tour of Sacramento's Japantown. For our second chef special, we visit some legacy businesses continuing or resurrecting a strong tradition in Sacramento. And for our dessert offering, we check out a longtime Manju shop in Gardena, California. And of course, stick around to be treated to some news bites of happenings in our Japanese and Japanese American community. Finally, we end the program tonight with tips of events that are coming up in the next month and beyond. So without further delay, let's start the cafe. Hi everyone, and welcome back to episode 8 of season 4 of the Nichi Bei Café. We want to thank all of you for tuning in and supporting us on our journey of documenting Japanese and Japanese American lifestyle. Tonight we're serving up some nice segments, so let's get to it. Starting off with our pastry selection tonight, the Nichi Bei Café crew visits a unique longtime restaurant on the Kinokuniya Mall Bridge, aptly named On the Bridge. The crew orders some unique homestyle dishes from their menu and gives some thoughts on the dishes. Itadakimasu. We went to On the Bridge restaurant. It is a Japanese restaurant in the Kinokuniya building, and it's cool because it's one of the more local places around Japantown, and has survived here for a long time. I've gotten to understand, and it's really cool because it's literally on the bridge. So the title is On the Bridge Restaurant, and then it's on the bridge going into the Kinokuniya building. So we started off with some appetizers, the mixed green salad. So it was nice because, yeah, there was a nice variety of vegetables. The lettuce was really good, and the carrots were julienned and chopped very nice. The vinaigrette that they served with the salad was nice, light, and citrusy.
I ordered the karaage, and I really enjoyed it. There's different takes on karaage, but this one kind of had a very nice, thin, fried exterior. The meat was not overcooked, so that was great. Great texture to the meat. Nice amount of spice, and they also had a nice curry-esque sauce on the side to really help bring out the flavor and complement the well-cooked chicken. So I really liked it. Yes, for my main dish, I ordered the okonomiyaki pizza. So that was something I never had before. So it was really cool to see someone have a different take on it. I especially appreciated the crust and the bread on it. I think it's oftentimes, if it's not your specialty, like you're not a pizza restaurant, sometimes it's hard to get that right, but I think On the Bridge did it very well. Even though they have so many different things on the menu, crust, bread was great. One thing I did find different and interesting was that on the top of the okonomiyaki pizza was a lot of katsuobushi. So I think it was a nice touch to have that. Maybe something, a way to evolve it would be a little less, because I felt like the katsuobushi really became the centerpiece when it should be, I think, a little bit more of a nice touch rather than the highlight of the dish.
Yeah, so I went with the Japanese-style seafood pasta. When checking out their menu, it said that their Japanese-style pastas were more of their popular dishes. And so seeing that a lot of people might have ordered it, I figured I'd give it a try, because I'd never tried it before. But it was really interesting. It was nice to recognize the differences between authentic like Italian cuisine, which Italians are really really what's the word, preservative for their pasta and their dishes. And yeah, it was just interesting to see their take on it because it did come with a nice variety of scallops, shrimp, and mussels. And it was in a nice, maybe garlic sauce with a little bit of stock reduction. And yeah, it was a nice blend of flavors. I do think that it could have had a little bit more salt, a little bit more seasoning in there to get the flavors right, but the scallops were perfectly cooked, and the whole dish was pretty good.
Yeah, so for me, Ryan, I really enjoyed getting to go there tonight. I think something that we both agreed on was I think the creativity is something that is really unique to the restaurant, and I think important in Japantown because I think there's a lot of good places that serve some traditional Japanese foods and then some that do kind of a more modern take. But this one, I think it truly highlights the creativity of bringing different cuisines together and also highlighting what are kind of viewed more as home cooked familiar Japanese dishes as well, like the curry, which we didn't get to order, but I'm sure is very great as well and very reminiscent for a lot of Japanese and Japanese American folks. So yeah, I really love the creativity and the homage to Japanese home cooking.
That's true. Yeah, I think in SF Japantown specifically, it's difficult to, well, it's easy to find like ramen places. And places that serve common Japanese or Japanese American dishes. But it's rare to see in this neighborhood and in this community a menu that's so vast and so, there is so much variety in the menu. And I think the only restaurant that I can liken it to that has a similar type of menu in terms of creativity is actually Fermentation Lab. Because they have, their menu is a lot of Japanese and Hawaiian and Korean influence. And On the Bridge has a really unique menu in that, you get to explore, like you said, tons of different cultures, and they're all packed into this menu. So it was a really interesting experience, and I would go again.
Yeah, I think something else that I also really appreciate is when you go in, and especially if you've gone many times, it feels like coming home because you're surrounded by manga. There's anime playing on the TV, and some of the dishes have been around for quite a while. I think it's a restaurant that really does prioritize, making you feel at home. It doesn't feel like it's prioritizing any type of customer, just anybody who wants to come enjoy the food. You feel taken care of.
On the Bridge restaurant is located on the second floor of the Kinokuniya Mall on the Bridge. They are open Monday through Friday, 12:30 to 9 p.m. and Saturday, Sunday, 12 p.m. to 9 p.m. Please visit their Google business page or Yelp page for more information.
A big thank you to Greg for that segment. For our salad selection, our Nichi Bei News writer Tomo Hirai and our producer Greg Valoria visit a new coffee shop in San Francisco's Japantown, Best Boy Electric.
In the New People building in San Francisco's Japantown, a new cafe called Best Boy Electric just opened. We talked with Ryoji Taki about his cafe. Ryoji shares a bit of his background.
My name is Ryoji Taki. So I'm originally from Japan, then I moved to the US about 2006. It's about 20 years. Actually, my dad is a sushi chef in Japan. Yeah, I born in sushi restaurant. Also did my own food truck business too.
Oh, which one was that?
It's called Saruno Burger. It's a Japanese style burger truck 5 years ago. So my friend, he had a cafe business and he needed help. And then just for a while I stepped into the coffee business. It's about 5 years ago. And now it's a part of my life, and I'm doing the coffee, making coffee, roasting coffee. Yeah, that's my part of my life. It's just end of June we opened this location. Yeah, I think good quality coffee is a kind of missing part of the Japantown. So I wanted to bring the good quality coffee along with the good quality of the matcha or tea drinks.
Besides a food pedigree from Japan, Ryoji has developed a love for developing community.
I managed another cafe named Neighbor's Corner. It's in between Noi and the Castro and the Eureka Valley. It's beloved by the lot of neighbors. So every day we see the same people, same customer, and it's not only the cafe. It's a kind of community hub. It's people gathering there, you know, all the kids and the dogs and everybody gathering. So, but now my own business, I represent my own business. So then, you know, now I feel more connection with the community because I directly communicate with more people.
Developing uniqueness helps in a crowded and competitive cafe market. Ryoji explains Best Boy Electric's uniqueness.
But most of the matcha drinks is just, you know, sweet drinks. But for our concept is a more authentic, high quality tea. That's my focus and our focus. So that's why we don't put any sweetener to the matcha latte. Yeah, and I hope people enjoy the actual, you know, real taste of the tea. Also, the coffee too. Most popular drinks, we call it Okinawan Kokuto latte. It's we put the Japanese black sugar to the latte. It's the Japanese black sugar. It has a little bit more umami taste in it, so that it added sweetness and a little nuttiness and like the how to say that? It's yeah, caramel like the sweetness. Yeah, black sesame matcha is a really unique item. Yeah, I think that. Yeah, I don't see. Yeah, no, you know, many places have that one. So we develop our own recipe, and so I tried, you know, many places their black sesame drinks. I feel that some places are too sweet, some places are too salty. So I want to go for a little between, and that's how I made the recipe. And the black sesame matcha is a really popular item. Yeah.
For those familiar with the film industry, Best Boy Electrics sound very familiar. Ryoji's cafe name came to him rather randomly.
The name, so I think that some people know that in this new people building, on the downstairs there's a theater downstairs. Even now it's closed due to the COVID. They had to close it, but they have it, and we wanted the name, something connected that kind of concept. And we are just watching the movie on the Android. We found the Best Boy Electric. First I saw that. I didn't know the word. What's that, right? Then we did that little research and that might be good, you know, sounds good, and also their function is nice, you know. They're helping all the film making things.
True to his roots, quality of food and ingredients is top of Ryoji's mind.
So we really focus on the quality of the taste, also the service. Yeah. Also, here's a nice space. I hope people enjoy the time and the relax.
We hope Ryoji continues to innovate in San Francisco's Japantown. This is Greg Valoria for Tomo Hirai for the Nichi Bei Café.
Our weekdays 9 to 4, weekends 10 to 5.
Thanks to Tomo and our producer Greg for that segment. Stop by Best Boy Electric to grab yourself a black sesame matcha latte. For our first chef special tonight, we focus on food in Sacramento. Our contributing writer Heather Ito first brings us on a tour of food in Sacramento's Japantown. Please enjoy, and we hope that you're able to stop by one of them next time you're in Sacramento.
Although Sacramento's once vibrant Japantown has been lost for decades, there are still places that keep its spirit alive, especially when it comes to food. We visit with restaurants and shops, old and new, working to maintain a strong sense of community through the food they serve. First, we stop by Binchoyaki, an izakaya dining restaurant whose owners, chefs Craig Takahata and Tokiko Sawada, collectively bring over 30 years of culinary experience to their guests.
We opened in 2016, basically as a small mom and pop shop. We wanted to be in Sacramento's Japantown area, so this is why we chose the location where we're at. Well, our specialty is, yakitori is obviously, one of the things that we do, and izakaya style dining. So we like to focus on small plates.
Well, one of the main dish that everybody enjoys here is a dish called crispy rice. It's a fried sushi ball rice topped with our spicy tuna, served with like chili ponzu and a serrano on top. But we also have a rotating seasonal menu and specials because of depending on what the farmers have, what seasonal vegetables and fruits we have. And of course, our yakitori or sumiyaki, ours is completely with full charcoal that we burn all day long with Japanese maple. So it always has that unique flavor to it that nobody else has.
Probably another one of our dishes that we've been doing here since we opened is our gindara miso yaki. We serve that with like a miso emulsion and sauteed mushrooms. Like shiitake and shimeji with some braised leeks, and then topped with fried leeks on top of that. Buto moyashi, we have a ramen that we do, which is basically pork belly cooked in miso broth, and then it's topped with bean sprouts and green onions and chili oil.
It's soul food, it's comfort food, things that we grew up eating. Every dish has a history with us. The reason these menu items are on the menu is because we thought about it. It has some nostalgia to it, or it also has that history that we built upon it.
From all the towns around, just if you're ever in Sacramento, please come by and look us up and give it a try.
Binchoyaki is located on 2226 10th Street in Sacramento. They're open for lunch from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Tuesday through Saturday, and for dinner Tuesdays from 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. and from 4 to 10 p.m. Wednesday through Saturday. Don't miss out on trying items from their rotating seasonal menu. Next, we walk across the street to Sakura-ya, a treasured Japanese confectionery shop offering handmade mochi and manju 7 days a week. We catch up with owner Linda Nakatani and her sons David and Yoshio Murakami, who recently stepped up to manage the shop.
I'm owner, and my two boys are going to take over after I'm gone. They're learning everything they can so they could take over the shop. So they work together really good.
The previous shop owner passed ownership to Nakatani's parents, Kenji and Asako Nakatani, in 1963, and they worked tirelessly to cement Osaka-ya in the Japanese American community.
I would say our most popular ones are probably the peanut butter mochis. Considering it's not very traditional, it kind of sounds more Americanized. Yeah, it's more Americanized. So the younger generation like it. In terms of like the regular mochi, I would say anything with smooth red beans is pretty popular. A lot of the customers prefer the smooth red bean over the whole red bean because of the texture.
Currently, Nakatani makes the manju, chofu, and dorayaki when she comes in the shop on Wednesdays and Fridays. Although taking over the family business wasn't forefront on David and Yoshio's minds growing up, hearing customers' appreciation for their decision makes it all worth it.
I think it's more so the customers that come in here and say like, "Oh no," or "I hope you guys never quit." And we're like, okay, it's kind of exciting to see them be happy about something that runs in our family. So that's probably the best thing, I think, about running the store.
Maybe I do take it for granted a little bit, because it's hard. I know it's hard to start your own business, and then being able to have everything already kind of set up for you. It's nice that it's already all set up and like we already have an established loyal like community. But then it's also like nothing that we have is too modernized.
I'm really happy. I wish my parents would have been alive to see this, you know, because this is what they always wanted, you know, for it to continue on.
Sakura-ya is located on 2215 10th Street in Sacramento. Their hours are 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Sunday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Monday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Tuesday through Friday, and 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Saturday. Shaved ice is available starting April 1st through October. We don't have to go far for our next stop. Matcha Mucho operates out of Osaka-ya's shaved ice window, serving popular sandos and snacks. When owner Ryan Ota discussed the possibility of sharing the space, Osaka-ya's Linda Nakatani didn't hesitate.
So then I was like, what do you think I try it out? And she was like, do it. Go do it. And I was like, wow, that's so nice of you. So that was the opportunity, and that's where it's gone from there.
He does bring in a good amount of customers for us as well. So it's kind of like a win-win situation.
You know, we're definitely Japanese inspired, where we use shokopan bread, which is, you know, a Japanese. A lot of people think it's like white bread, but it's so much more complex than what that is. So I think that the foundation is obviously with the bread, and then I think another key factor is using a Japanese mayo like QP. We make our own QP here, so we built this brand with tamago in almost every sandwich. And it's just an added layer because it gives, it's, you know, it has a good creaminess to the egg. The way it's made is different, you know, than just American egg salad. And then, you know, we add things like katsu in it.
One of their most popular sandos is the J-Town hot chicken.
We felt that we needed to do our own spin on a hot chicken sandwich. We make our own chili, we call it chili crack. It's a form of chili crunch, but it's just kind of a fun play on it. And then we add that to the sandwich. We actually use the oil that we make out of that to make our own QP for it. So it just builds all these different layers on the sandwich, and it's kind of unique to have a spicy, more Japanese-inspired sandwich. We are a shop that is very unique to Sacramento. I think the closest sando shops would be like in the Bay Area or down in LA. Oh, it's so fulfilling. I never thought that it would get the attention that it has received. The thing is, I get to see every generation come through here and be able to appreciate it in a different way. And so I think it's just really, it's a daily like boost to all of what we do, you know.
Matcha Mucho is located on 2215 10th Street at Osaka-ya's window. They're open Wednesday through Saturday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. or until they sell out. They also have a fridge in Osaka-ya shop stocked all week with tamago sandos, fruit sandos, and potato salad. Down the street on the corner of V and 10th, we come to Southside Super, a Korean and Vietnamese deli and diner breathing life back into the old June's Cafe location. Owners Soyoung Oh and Feng Tran were visitors of June's Cafe before it closed, and opened Southside Super in April 2023 to bring back that family restaurant vibe.
I think it's special for many reasons, but one is that when we got together and started talking about it, and she was talking about Korean dishes that she wished she could get somewhere, and I'm talking about Vietnamese dishes, and we're like, why don't we just do both? Like, we're not trying to do some kind of new fusion restaurant. You can just come here and get two types of cuisines.
It's very small for the reason we're doing like small batches. That's how we can able to like make it how we make it at home. So it's like feel more like comforting and the home style food. So I think that's what a lot of people like about to come in here. Yeah.
The Vietnamese menu side goes, the chicken fuzz probably our most signature dish. Just like really like deep, rich chicken broth, free range chicken, and then all the usual kind of garnishes for pho. And the pork and jicama meatballs. There's pork and jicama are the like primary, and then a lot of aromatics, onions, garlic, different seasonings. But then those get steamed and then cooked in tomato sauce.
We have kimbap, which is a very common Korean food. We have different kind of meat like spam, bulgogi, or like tuna, and then with pickled vegetables. So our menu is small and they're kind of seasonal, but we do like special like spicy chicken, Korean spicy chicken, or Korean like galbijjim, which is a braised short rib. Now we run in bossam, which is pork belly with lettuce wrap and stuff. I feel incredibly lucky that we were able to be in here, and then I think a lot of customer came in here and they say, oh my god, I was here on Jin's Cafe, I growing up eating here in this place, so we feel very honored and special to be operating here, and then everybody brings their own memories to us. I think it's very special.
It's been a dream of mine to take this space. I mean, when I was eating here, when it was June's Cafe, I was like, wow, what a cool little spot for a restaurant. It would be so cool if I could be in this space at some time, and for it to have actually happened is very meaningful to me.
Southside Super is located on 921 V Street in Sacramento. They're open Thursday through Monday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. They sell out quickly, so get there early.
For our second chef special tonight, our contributing writer Heather Ito takes us on a legacy business food tour of Fuji's restaurant, which was recently resurrected, as well as Oto's Marketplace, which still exists but has adapted to today's food-conscious crowd. Enjoy.
There are a few other places located outside of Sacramento's small Japantown hub that have deep roots in the local Japanese-American history. Down on Broadway, Fuji Sacramento serves both modern and traditional Japanese food in the space that was once home to long-running family restaurant Fuji Sukiyaki. Understanding the significance of this building, managing partner Russell Okubo said they opened under one condition.
Yeah, so this was an empty building. The broker and the owner of the building wanted me to put a concept here. And I said, well, the only way I'll do something is if I brought Fuji Sukiyaki back, because it was here 38 years. And so I called Bob Fujita and asked him about the idea, and he said, go for it. And that's why we're here today. We did it to honor the name. But, being so much later, the food trend changes, the style of food changes, so we had to just kind of bring it, the old school stuff, still some of it, and then do some of the new innovative stuff today. The yakisoba is kind of your traditional yakisoba, just vegetables. The yakiniku ribs is, it's just a slow cooked baby back rib. Not real traditional Japanese, but with the yakiniku sauce with the ribs instead of your traditional barbecue sauce. The honey macadamia shrimp, not a Japanese dish, but just tempura style shrimp with a honey glaze and macadamia nuts. And the futomaki roll, that's the old school roll that hard to find in restaurants. And the sashimi is, our fish is very fresh, so it's all flown in from different places, so it's pretty top notch. Oh yeah, there's a lot of people that re-enter the building and have old memories. We're slowly being discovered.
Fuji Sacramento is located on 1235 Broadway in Sacramento. They're open Sunday through Thursday from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. and on Friday and Saturday from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. You can also check out Taka Tuesday specials made by Chef Taka Watanabe, now available Monday and Tuesday from 3 to 7 p.m. Off the busy streets of Freeport Boulevard, we have Oto's Marketplace, a family-owned grocery store that has provided staple Japanese grocery items to families for generations.
Actually, it goes back to 1959. My father, he had Ted's Meat. He was basically a butcher.
From there, Inoue's father, Ted Oto, moved his business to Food Center in 1965, where he later purchased the store from the retiring owners in 1979. This was when Oto began expanding the business to include Japanese grocery items. It wasn't until 1985 that Otto opened Otto's Japan Foods in the Courtyard Shopping Center. In 2005, Otto bought a larger property on Freeport Boulevard, and a few years later, Otto's Marketplace opened its doors.
It's really funny though, when we opened our doors in May 2007, you would think my father, he finally kind of built this, and that was when he retired. And he turned over the reins to Russell, my brother, and the general manager.
Today, Otto's Marketplace offers an even wider variety of Japanese goods, even goods from other Asian countries.
Well, we get fresh fish in every day, and we try to get things that are not common that you can't find anywhere else, like Ora King salmon from New Zealand. We get wild salmon, and then all the fresh sashimi fish. And in the meat section, we carry like kudobuta pork, imperial wagyu, and then thin sliced meats for like sukiyaki and shabu shabu. Our produce section, and summertime is a really good time for us because there's a lot of local farmers that bring in their produce here. The Sweet Jim is an heirloom watermelon. We just got in honeydew yesterday, and then this is our deli section over here. We have all the tofu and kamaboko, and we expanded all this into health and beauty since, there's no place in Sacramento that carries Japanese health and beauty products and stuff like that, so I expanded the whole area. This is all our beer and wine section right here. All different kind of beers and sakes, like all the really good quality Junmai Daiginjo sakes we keep refrigerated. Then our sake sets and more sake. Our confectionery aisle on this side, all our sauces on this side. Our most popular section is right here in our bento and sushi. Like we'll have all the sushi and the bentos by 9 o'clock will be all lined out over here. People come mainly for that stuff in the morning.
Inoue said there's a team of 6 people who, quote, wake up at the crack of dawn to make over 500 bentos in one day, using recipes passed down from her mom, Molly Otto. Inoue said the store's resilience and strength comes from 2 places.
On the top, you notice we carry different kind of toys.
25, 30 years ago, Russell started carrying toys, Japanese toys. And back then it was Pokemon. Today it's Pokemon, right? And I remember my mother asking him, like, why are we carrying toys, And his reason was because kids will come in and they want to come in with grandma and mom to shop at Otto's because they have toys and they want to look at the toys. Today, those same kids are coming in with their kids, right? He 25, 30 years ago, he thought of kind of that multi-generational, keeping it, kind of in the family. The other is our employees. We're so fortunate. They're not just servicing our customers, but they're also building relationships with our customers. I credit those 2 things to the reason why we are continuing to thrive.
Otto's Marketplace is located on 4990 Freeport Boulevard in Sacramento. Their hours are 9 a.m. to 7 p.m., Monday through Saturday, and Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Sushi is available Wednesday through Saturday, and bentos are available Tuesday through Saturday. They also offer catering services for New Year's, as well as for other organized events on a limited basis.
Thanks to Heather Ito for both segments tonight. We hope you were able to spend some time with at least one of them when you're in Sacramento. And just a reminder, you can read in-depth articles about these Nichi Bei Café segments in our community news publication, the Nichi Bei News. You can read about these businesses featured in this episode in the annual food issue, which hits the street on August 28th. So to do so, please be sure to become a member of the Nichi Bei Foundation, where you will receive your bi-monthly complimentary copy of the Nichi Bei News at www.nichibei.org/subscribe. Next up, for our dessert segment, our Southern California contributor Akira Olivia Kumamoto visits a longtime Manju shop in Gardena, California, Sakura-ya.
Gardena, California is known for its rich historical Japanese-American population and cuisine. In the heart of the city stands Sakura-ya, a traditional mochi and manju shop. The storefront was opened in 1960 by the late Masayasu Fujita, who was originally an apprentice under a master confectioner in Japan. The store is now run by his sons, Mas and Yuki Fujita. Mas hand makes the confectionaries daily, and the morsels are known for how soft they stay, even days after they're prepared. Sakura-ya doesn't offer wholesale products and depends on foot traffic coming into their store. This has never been a problem for the brothers, who have had a loyal community of mochi and manju lovers supporting them for decades. In the busiest of seasons, Mas will start making sweets as early as 12 a.m. to fill the upcoming demand. Currently, the store is offering the following confectionaries: white mochi, pink mochi, inaka manju, ohagi, orange mochi, kiku manju, kinako mochi, green mochi, white manju, maruyaki manju, imo manju, and kuri manju. Mas told the Rafu Shimpo that if necessary, the manju can be successfully frozen, defrosted, and then refreshed by microwaving them for 5 to 8 seconds in the microwave. Sakura-ya is open from Wednesdays to Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and on Sunday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. They are located at 16134 Southwestern Avenue in Gardena, California. The earlier you can arrive, the better, as they often sell out of their limited number of pastries. Happy eating!
Longtime manju shops seem to be becoming unfortunately rare today, so thank you for Akira for that segment. Now it's time for some news bites, our segment where we present quick takes on some articles from the pages of the Nichi Bei News.
Next is our news bites highlighting events over the past month or so, including stories from the pages of the Nichi Bei News.
SF Japantown looked to the past and future as it commemorated the 80th anniversary of the atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, calling for an abolition of nuclear weapons. The Eyewitness for Peace program took place on August 9th at the AMC Kabuki 8 Theater. Featuring films, an interfaith blessing, and a Lanterns of Remembrance ceremony, the event called for the abolition of nuclear weapons based on the human suffering their development and use has wrought. The event featured a keynote presentation by Manon and Canon Iwata, teen twin sisters who co-founded Teens for Disarmament and Non-Proliferation. Religious and city leaders and 2 survivors of the atomic bombing of Hiroshima, Jack Dairiki and Seiko Fujimoto, gathered August 6th in the Japanese Tea Garden in SF's Golden Gate Park to commemorate the 80th anniversary of the Hiroshima and Nagasaki atomic bombings. The city ceremony was held steps away from 2 trees, descendants of ginkgo biloba trees, that survived the 1945 nuclear blast over Hiroshima that were planted in 2019. Gen Taiko partnered with several organizations to host the Osaka Way Peacemaking 200,000 Blessings event on August 6th and the Osaka Way Peacemaking Generations of Joyful Dance for World Peace event on August 9th, remembering the victims of the atomic bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki 80 years ago. The events took place on Osaka Way in San Francisco's Japantown under the We Choose Peace, Remembering Nagasaki and Hiroshima theme. Both events included a water pouring ceremony, which symbolizes purification in some religions, which the public also participated in. Gen Taiko performed. Taiko members also participated in a bon odori. The Golden State Valkyries held their first Japanese Heritage Night August 9th against the Los Angeles Sparks. Koto artist Shirley Kazuyo Muramoto performed the national anthem as the Valkyries beat the Sparks 72-59. Christy Yamaguchi, a former United States Olympian figure skater, hit the Valkyries' pregame drum. Valkyries head coach Natalie Nakase praised Yamaguchi for having paved the way for her. Are you looking to catch up on your summer reads? From poetry to biography to memoir, comics and anthology, the Nichi Bei's got you covered. And don't forget those kids. Check out the reviews of these books as well as many more at nichibei.org. And we close our news bites with the completion of the 23rd class of the Nikkei Community Internship Program. a statewide initiative which allows college students to support the work of community organizations while increasing their understanding of contemporary issues affecting Japanese Americans. Coordinated by the Japanese Community Youth Council in San Francisco, the Japantown Community Congress of San Jose, and Kizuna in Southern California, the program supports the development of the next generation of community leaders. The Nichi Bei Foundation, as in years past, hosted our own NCI intern Tyler Jimenez. Tyler, a student at San Diego State University, worked on the annual Northern California Soy and Tofu Festival, including a stint as our Cutie Tofudi mascot. He also wrote an article on our first Nichi Bei Day with the Giants and worked on the 80th anniversary commemoration of the atomic bombings, among other marketing and social media functions. The Nichi Bei Foundation is proud to support the NCI program, donating $4,000 in proceeds from our annual Northern California Soy and Tofu Festival to support the program and the Japantown Youth Leaders administered by the JCYC. And here are some highlights of some recent Obon and summer festivals. For more up-to-date news like this, please be sure to subscribe to the Nichi Bei News, carrying on a legacy of 125 years of community leadership through media at www.nichibei.org/subscribe. You can play a critical role in helping us keep the community connected by contributing to our annual Nichi Bei Day of Giving campaign. Your generous support helps us document and defend our community's history against erasure, empower future generations through education and cultural programming, and build long-term resilience in a time of rising threats. For more information on how you can help, please visit nichibeifoundation.org/give2, as in the number 2, Nichi Bei.
Get ready for the Nichi Bei Foundation's annual Day of Giving. Make a donation online or before September 17th. Your generous support helps us document and defend our community's history, empower future generations, and build long-term resilience in a time of rising threats. Visit nichibeifoundation.org/give2nichibei to make an online contribution.
Well, everyone, thanks so much for joining us for our 8th episode of Season 4. We hope that you enjoyed what we, and of course all of our featured chefs, cooked up for the cafe menu today. At this point, we want to give a big thanks to the Henry and Tomoya Takahashi Charitable Foundation for their continued support of the cafe. We're always appreciative of our collaboration with you in finding new ways to engage our Nikkei community. We would also like to thank everyone for continuing to support our YouTube channel and hope you enjoy our future content featuring our Japanese and Japanese American community. So please continue to support us by telling your friends, family, and loved ones to subscribe to our YouTube channel, like this episode, and comment down below. To stay in the know of more happenings in the Japanese American community, please consider becoming a member of our Nichi Bei community to help support what we do here at www.nichibei.org/subscribe. A lot of things are happening in the community. Next up, we will present a calendar of upcoming events.
Join us for the biennial community pilgrimage to the former Wakamatsu tea and silk farm colony, the site of the first large settlement of Japanese in America. This year, buses will leave from San Francisco, East Bay, San Jose, and Sacramento. All packages include bentos and water. There'll be a panel recognizing descendants of Wakamatsu colony. You'll have the opportunity to tour the Oke gravesite and an 1850s farmhouse museum, unveil your family history, and honor ancestors through Bon Odori. Register by mail or online at nichibeifoundation.org/wakamatsu by September 19th.
Grab a black sesame matcha latte for yourself. For our second chef special tonight, our contributing writer was recently resurrected, as well as Otto's Marketplace on the Kinokuniya. To stay in the mo with no happenings. Yep. On Osaka Way in San Francisco. Nope. Says hey man. Hey. For our second step specials. So without further delay, I don't have my mug. Can I get my mug, please, real quick? Throw it at the camera.
Throw it to him. Oh yeah.
That'd be hilarious. Just not overhand. When I say delay, so let's try like this. So without further delay, let's start the cafe.